Hi guys, my name is Stefania. Welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do a review of the new Jaclyn Hill Master collection. So this includes the Face Master, it includes the Eye Master collections, and then it includes an additional 11 brushes and this very nice hard case. So we are going to do a tutorial using as many brushes as I can possibly use. I might do like one eye with the Eye Master and then the other with those additional brushes. I think that's going to be the easiest way as far as trying to really demo each brush. I can already tell you this video is probably going to be really long, so grab a snack and coffee. Or whatever your choosing is, but mine is always coffee or Zevia. So anyways, I'm going to try to be pretty in-depth about these, using as many as I possibly can. There's I think 24 brushes, so I obviously can't use all those, but I'm going to use as many as possible. And then I'm going to do a comparison of Morphe brushes I already own. As you guys can see here, I have a good amount of brushes. And then we're going to talk more about whether it's worth it, individual brushes I really liked, and brushes I felt, you know, that might be missing from the collection. So if you are more interested in the details of everything, then you can obviously fast forward through the tutorial parts, but I figured you guys would want to see how they're actually used, and I'm interested because they're also how I'm going to review these. So anyways, let's stop my babbling. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit that like button if you like these types of videos, and I upload at least I upload at least 2 to 3 times a week. So there's always new videos, so come be part of my little family. Hit the subscribe button and that notification bell, and let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so for this collection, I'm going to use, on this eye, I'm going to use the Eye Master collection, and then on this eye, I'm going to use the full face, like the full collection. You know what I'm talking about, the full collection. Just to see if it's worth the money for these extra brushes. So I'm going to use the original Jaclyn Hill palette. I still absolutely love this palette. So I'm not going to go over shade names because that's not really what we're here for, you know. We're here to get into what actually works as far as the brushes. So I'm going to start off with this JH30 brush and just blend it out. I did kind of rub my hands along the brushes just to kind of see if, like, just to kind of unstiffen them, I guess. Like when you get a new brush, they feel like they'll feather out in time and they kind of need to be broken in. At least that's my opinion. Okay, so and I'm gonna try to zoom through a lot of this other than naming what brushes I'm using. This is the JH34. That way you guys aren't sitting here forever. Next, I'm gonna go in with the JH32. And yeah, so I have not, I know I mentioned it in my last video, I filmed a video with the Vault collection from Jaclyn Hill, and I have not posted it yet because I'm gonna be honest, I was really disappointed with the collection. I thought maybe like people were just being really harsh on it and talking crap, and like maybe it really wasn't as bad as what everybody was saying, but mine was super patchy. All right, I'm gonna take this JH35, and I felt like I sounded like super bitchy in that video, so I don't know if I'm still gonna post it or just post clips from it, but yeah, I was not happy. Like nothing performed the way that this palette does. Like it was a completely different formula. There were some great shades in there, but for the most part, I was not happy. And I just didn't want to sound, I hate doing reviews where I'm like super not happy. And this was like one that I was like really not happy. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys still want to see that, but I don't know how I'm gonna like, I don't know. I'm not someone who can hide my emotions on camera. I'm pretty much like, if I don't like something, even if I try to lie, I can't. Like my face just goes like this. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in. I was gonna remove this brush, but now I kind of need it. This is the JH33. This is the M433 dupe, but looking at this one, I don't feel like I need a smaller blending brush from the Eye Master collection, so I am gonna use this. On this eye is the JH36. Definitely differently shaped. You can tell the top is very flat. So far, these brushes are really nice and soft. I'm not noticing any shedding. It's gliding on super soft. It's a nice brush. Like, so far, everything is working out just fine. JH31, I'm gonna go in on this side. I love these yellowy shades, so I just like to pick them up. What was I gonna say though? Just remember that all brushes are your personal preference. I'm gonna go back in with the JH32. Okay, so with this little tiny brush, I'm gonna go, it is the JH42. I'm going to do a cut crease on both sides. There's not a cut crease brush in this one, which I'm fine with, like with the overall face one, because I don't need two, you know, brushes for cut creases, to be honest. So yeah, we're just gonna do this one. I will say though, if you are a beginner, I think this brush is great for cut creases. It's really nice and small, so you can really take it nice and slow, or if you like just feel like you need to be super precise. However, I kind of prefer a bigger crease brush. I mean a bigger like flat brush. I can just get this done so much faster. I really hate getting my brushes dirty like that, like the new brushes, like the white. I'm just like, oh, like no, you're new. I know that's really ridiculous, but it's true. So you're gonna pick up this flat brush JH41. It is a lot like the MAC, I believe 242, 217, but for shimmer shades. So I really like that she included this, because I do feel like this is like a must-have brush for anyone. It's not super unique, but I think it's necessary. Okay, I'm gonna grab this JH32 and just blend it right back and forth over so everything just looks nice and clean. I decided I would do a look to match my earrings, because why not? But I don't know if you guys could just see that here. I did have a bristle fall out, but nothing bad, nothing like, you know? And on this side, I'm gonna take the JH31. Okay, so for the top lid, that is all I'm going to do. I'm gonna put on some eyeliner and some mascara. I am gonna do my concealer off camera, just because I am gonna use a beauty blender. I have no intention of using a brush for concealer. I've bought concealer brushes, the Kat Von D concealer brush I really like, but I just like the application of concealer with a damp beauty sponge. It's just my preference, and I'm not gonna lie and say that like I would use this brush for concealer. Let me know how many of you guys use brushes for concealer, but it's just not something I do. So I will be right back, and then we are gonna move on to the lower lash line and the face brushes. Okay, so I'm going to set my under eyes, and I'm gonna use this JH07 from the face collection. I also don't like to, like if I'm gonna bake, that's gonna also be something I do with a sponge. It's not gonna be something I do with a brush. So, but I mean, this works perfect for under eyes if you're just trying to set with a powder. But yes, sponges cannot be replaced, you know? They're just something that you're just like, I need it. I can't not do it. And then I did want to talk to you guys about the foundation. I don't wear foundation. I just kind of spot conceal where my face is red, and then that's it. So yeah, don't hate me for that. But I'll talk about the brush because I have used the foundation brush plenty. So let's go back into the palette and let's do our under eyes. So let's see here. So with the bigger set, you do get this little tiny pencil brush. So we will use that. I'm gonna do some eyeliner. But I do feel like with the Eye Master, you get a little bit more choices as far as how you're gonna set like the under eye. So how you're gonna set the under eye, how you're gonna blend the under eye. Ugh, if I could shut my mouth, I don't look so weird. That would be great. If I could do that in wing liner, I could rule the world. I could. Okay, so let's go in with the big Face Master collection set. The whole master collection. Jesus, so many collections, guys. I cannot keep it straight. So let's go ahead and go lower lash line. I will say, I need a smaller brush. So I'm gonna go in with the Eye Master one on both sides because I don't have anything like this with the bigger collection. So I'm gonna use this one for both eyes on the Face Master. And this is just better for getting that tight line. This is also a Morphe brush that's already in the collection. And it's definitely a useful brush. But it's so I don't want to buff it out yet. I can just get a really nice, precise line. You can also do that like if you don't feel like doing eyeliner. This brush works great for that. So let's go in with a pencil brush. This is the JH39. And I think I'm gonna go with this blue theme and like really take it all the way. So I'm just gonna dip in. Just definite ball out. But this is just better for like actually smudging rather than just picking up product and placing it there. And then on this one, I don't want to get this one dirty because I want to use this for inner corner. So we're gonna stick with the same brush for both eyes because I don't want blue in the inner corner. You could also take this little, what is this? The JH40 if you're really trying to buff it out. This is a good size for that. It just depends on how smoky of an eye you're looking to go for. So I appreciate these little brushes. At first I was like, what do you do with that thing? But it's a really nice under eye and it's very soft. So far, all the brushes feel really nice and soft. I will say that. So I'm gonna really kind of smudge that out. Okay, so let's take this little JH38 brush and let's just do the inner corner with that. I was surprised that she didn't come out with like a smaller brush. Just with knowing her, like she loves her inner corner highlight and so do I. So does everyone, you know? But I thought I have a smaller Morphe brush that I think is perfect for that. This is fine. It works, no problem. It just, I thought she would come out with, I mean, I'm kind of glad because I guess I already have it. I don't know. Okay, we are done with the eyes. Okay, so I've already used one from the Face Master. I have 4 more brushes from them. Let's go in with, we're gonna go with contour first. So I think the brush I'm gonna put that over there. All right, the brush I'm gonna use for that is the JH05. This was probably the brush I was most excited about, so I'm really hoping I like it because when looking at everything, I was like, this is the brush that I was like, yes, I want this one. And the giant powder brush, just because I like really big soft things. So we will see. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. It feels really nice. If you are someone who wants like a very chiseled look, you might want to go in with like the tinier brush, which is the JH08, but it's a little bit too small for what I want to use it for. Okay, so I think if I was doing like a cream contour, this might be perfect to really blend that out, but I didn't feel like doing cream. So I do like that they have both in here. I will say, so I'm going to use this on camera. I already have this brush. It was part of her collection when she came out with like her favorites, and I didn't buy that collection, so I just bought this based off her recommendation. But as you can see, it's a really weird shape, and to be honest, I don't really use it. I've had it for over a year, and I can maybe say I've reached for it like 5 times, and it's not a bad brush, it's just not my personal like preference. I think she uses this, she said, mostly for like baking, but even so, like this, I don't put a whole bunch of powder on my face is what I'm trying to say, you know, that's all. So as you can see, it gives you a really precise line, but like that's too harsh for me, so I'm just gonna take this one and just kind of blend that out a little bit, because I just feel like it's too much. Okay, let's go in with some bronzer. I'm gonna take this big brush. I mean, I'm excited about this one too. All right, this is the JH02. I like the shape of it a lot. I don't think I have anything quite like it. I do have one similar brush I'll talk about later when I do all my comparisons of other Morphe brushes. This is really nice and soft. Really nice and soft. And I feel like it is quick. Like, you can get in there. I'm trying to speed this up in a way. So you can really get in there fast. And I like the shape of it. I don't think it's too big, and I don't have a big face, so that's saying something. A little more brown so I don't have a hurt anyone. Yes, for this brush, for sure. All right, let's go in with blush. I don't think I'm gonna use this brush, JH04. This comes with the Face collection. This is also a brush that is like pretty much an exact dupe for another Morphe brush I have. So I'm gonna use this one from the Master collection, which is the JH06. Sometimes those look like 8s. I don't know why I can't see. I swear my eyesight's fine. But this one's a little bit weirdly shaped compared to this one. I still think there's a lot, it looks like a broomstick, right? Like that's what it looks like. So I still think there's a lot you can do with this. I just have to find my purpose for this. But same thing, you can wipe away powder with this, you can do blush. I think you could also use it as a highlight if you want to. So the highlight brush is another exact dupe for the brush I feel like most people have, like the M510, I believe. Set my face. This is the JH01. So this is a giant fluffy brush. I was really excited about this because I don't have a brush quite this big. It feels like all the brushes, I will say, feel really nicely weighted. And I'm just gonna tap everywhere. Just kind of set my face. But oh my gosh, this is like an experience brush. Like it's just like it's so nice. But yeah, I really wanted this one, and this one individually was $24. So I'm gonna kind of talk about the price wise in a minute. Let's go in with the highlight. So this is the same brush if you already have that Morphe M510. This is the JH09, same exact thing. And it is a great brush. I mean, I'm glad that she didn't think that she could come out with like a better brush, you know what I mean? So at least it was like, she had the balls to say like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like if it's a perfect brush, like I'm not gonna try to say that I specifically made it for me, or that like, you know, I was in charge of this. Like, I like that she didn't do that. I appreciated it as a consumer. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you out, and then we have a lot to talk about. So I am back, so let's chat about everything. I don't like this in the way it looks messy. Not that like, if you guys could see my floor, you'd be like, holy shit, what's wrong with her? It's bad. It's so bad. Reminds me of when I was like 6. My mom would be like, clean my room, and I just shove everything like underneath the desk. Well, it's the same kind of thing. But anyways, okay, so let's really talk about this. Let's go over comparisons first of brushes that are already in Morphe collections. So this is my M5 439. M439, yes. Okay, speak. Use your words, Stefania. Okay. So I have used this brush plenty of times when I was wearing foundation before I had the whole face breakout thing. I am definitely going to go back to using foundation when I feel like it. I mean, my face has gotten a lot better, so I don't feel like I can't not wear foundation, but, you know, not yet. Anyways, so this is her JH03. So you can see the comparison, especially once this is used. Because, like, right now, well, one is dirty, but it's definitely flared out more, but you can definitely tell they are pretty much the exact same brush. This one's just prettier, right? Like, let's be honest, like these are white and pretty and these are not as fun. But exact same brush, and I will say I absolutely love this brush. So if you don't have it and you get it in this collection, you will not be disappointed. I love this. These two brushes I feel like are exactly the same. I'll make sure I do this so you guys can really see. But yeah, I wouldn't say that there's any difference between these two. And this is the M213 JH42. So same exact brush. If you already have it, you don't need it. Okay, so next one's the M433 and the JH33, I believe are the exact same brush. She did say that in her video, but as you can see close up, there is no difference in my opinion. Which she said, so that's fine. Next up, here is, I mean, it's a little bit pointier for sure. This is the JH32 and this is the M441, but for the most part, they performed pretty much exactly the same. So those are both great blending brushes, but like I said, I'm just trying to show you dupes so that you don't feel like you need to buy this collection if you already have these Morphe brushes. So I found that those were pretty similar, if not exactly the same. I'm trying to think of what else. This definer brush, I don't know where it went, but I already have it in my Morphe collection. It is the exact same brush, and this is the JH43. It is a very useful brush, but I already have it in my collection. I would say the only other brush that I found super comparable was the pencil brushes in general. Morphe already has a ton of like pencil brushes, and as you can see, like the white handles are obviously Jaclyn's, and this black one is the Morphe one. This is the M4321. I will say though, is that this one I don't recommend to anyone. The other ones, and the Jaclyn Hill one, were super soft. This pokes me in the eye. Like, I feel like it's super stiff trying to get under there. I don't like the pokey feeling of the bristles. Like, for some reason, this is just not a soft brush, and I don't recommend it. So don't buy this. Don't buy this one to save a few bucks. Just don't do it. Next up, two brushes I found completely similar was the JH40 and the M507. I could use both of these for the same purpose. Like I said, I really like these for smudging out the lower lash line to get that really smoky eye, but I feel like they're probably the same brush. She did say she spent 3 years. I don't know about that. I'm sure she spent a long time, but like, we always have to remember, like, influencers, I think they work really hard and they do a really good job, but they're not professional brush people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, they're not professionals until, you know what I mean? Like, they, if you told me to like create a brush line, I'd have no idea what to do. Not saying that I'm anywhere near the experience that Jaclyn Hill does, but I think brushes are a very specific niche as far as like knowing what you're doing. So I feel like that's why there's so many dupes. Even if you look at like, if even you can say that, well, there's so many brushes and it's all been done before, whatever, like, there's still brands coming out with brushes that I find for very specific uses and super unique. Like Sonia G, if you have never checked her out, she has high-end brushes, but they're shaped so uniquely, and they're definitely a brand I want to try. The brushes are very expensive, but there's always new shapes coming out. Smith has some unique ones, but yeah. Anyways, As far as any other dupes I had, I felt like these two were pretty similar in the Morphe collection. This is in the larger set, JH08 and the Morphe E20. And I absolutely love this Morphe E20 brush. I will say, I don't know actually. This is definitely more densely packed and this is a little bit more loose, but I use them both for cream contour. M438 and the JH07. This has a little bit pointier of a tip, but really just a tip. You would have the same exact use out of it, and I do get a lot of use out of this brush. But this one, I mean, they're both soft. I don't know. And then obviously the highlighting brush is the exact same. Mine's just frayed out a little bit because it is being used. And I absolutely love this brush as well. JH09 and the M510. So I feel like everybody probably owns this brush, and it does not hurt to have 10. Just saying. As far as brushes that I wish were in this collection, right? Because you think I'm gonna get everything possible. I'm getting 24 brushes. I'm gonna never need another brush. I didn't feel like that was the case. There are some brushes where I felt like could have been included in this big set rather than anything else. Instead of having similar pencil brushes that are like these two, this one's from the Eye Master, this is for the full collection, they're pretty similar. Like they're not that different. And I feel like she could have done an actual smudger brush. Like this is a brush that I use on a daily basis. So I felt like she could have included this. It was also missing a eyebrow brush, and you need that. Like everyone needs that. So lip brushes, that's if you want to get nitpicky. I don't ever use a lip brush, but that's not something you're going to get in this collection. And another brush that I was kind of like, why didn't you include that? You always do eyeliner, was a eyeliner brush. That was also something I kind of wish was in here. So those are brushes that I felt like were missing from if you get a big collection. Oh, and a packer brush. So yes, she has this one, which JH41, but this is more used for like shimmers, packing on the lid, right? I would have rather seen a different brush in terms of an actual packer brush for like picking up powder and picking up an actual like solid color, because this brush I'm gonna wet over and over and over again. Whereas this one I never wet, and it's more just a packing on brush. And then if I'm getting really nitpicky, I love brushes that are shaped like this. This is the Morphe M321. If you guys have seen any of my tutorials, I love to use that in the inner corner for like my outer V to pack on color. I just don't love to use blending brushes for that area. I like to use a brush that is more dome shaped, just to really get in there and a little bit more precise, whereas blending brushes, I just, you know, they're my blending brushes. So I like to use these to really pack on that outer corner to deepen it up, but that is just a personal preference of mine. Brushes that I absolutely loved in this collection that I thought she did an amazing job on, that I'm like, if you were going to purchase these individually, which that's the other thing, you can purchase these individually, but they're only online, which really sucks. Like, I'm someone who I like to go to the store, or, you know, it's not like you could go out and buy these at Ulta as individual brushes, and you might just need a few. So really try to look at what brushes you would need to add to your collection. If you are a beginner, I think this is probably going to make you really happy for your first brush collection. Would I say every brush is amazing and different? No. Like I just said, I showed you a whole bunch of dupes that Morphe already has. And Morphe is a great brand. It's a lower end brand. It's an affordable brand, but it's still really good quality. Would I compare these to like my Wayne Goss brushes? No. But this is great because I can use these every day. They're kind of like the workers, you know, whereas like my Wayne Goss brushes are just for me. I would never use my Wayne Goss brushes on anyone I'm doing makeup, and I tend to do a lot of family's makeup, and for competitions and bikini competitors, like I kind of want, I'll use cheaper ones because I can wash them, replace them, keep them just for that kit. So that's why this was more something I wanted. And then the brush case is awesome. I love that. I'm gonna take this with me. I really hope it doesn't fly open. That's my only concern, but it seems pretty sturdy in here. And I can never get it open though. This happened to me earlier too, where I'm like, why didn't they just make a tab to open it? I don't have nails. So I love that everything sits perfectly in this. You can see your brushes. I do have that problem where I try to pack them and the bristles just end up in every which way, and it sucks. It's like I could cry. But yeah, I'm a fast packer. I love that I can just throw all my brushes in here, close it, be done. And this case alone is 22 bucks. So when I was trying to add up individual brushes, I was like, okay, if I get the powder brush, that's 24. Like, a lot of these were higher priced than, not higher like crazy high, but like maybe $1 or $2 than normal Morphe brushes. So I just added up like 8 brushes I wanted, and I was like, it's plus the case. I was like, it was just more worth it for me to get the bundle. So that is my justification. I love this giant powder brush. This was one of my favorites. The actual bronzer brush was also my favorite, the JH02. I really liked how this applied. I didn't have much shedding with anything. I had one bristle fall out of a blending brush, and that was it throughout the entire process of doing my makeup. So I was very happy about that. Oh, I forgot to say, there is a, I think it's called the E4 blush brush that is exactly the same. So this one's not unique. The JH04, there is a brush that is exactly the same as this one as well. But yeah, out of the collection, if you were gonna buy it individually, this one, I really liked, where did it go? Okay, JH05, I would say is my #1 pick. So far, these 3 are my top picks, and I would really say these 3 are my top picks in the case, to be honest. I actually really liked some of these blending brushes. And I don't have every Morphe brush, so there might be more similarities. I'm just trying to go over my collection as of what I have. I honestly do think the full collection was a better deal than just buying the face or the eye. If I was gonna pick, if you're trying to save money and you don't need that many brushes, I think the face set was probably my favorite. The eye set was good, but there were a lot of dupes in that. So I really appreciated the extra brushes in the full master collection. I am a blending junkie. I think blending is the only way I can really get my makeup to look the way I want it to. And that's just your personal preference. Brushes and makeup are your personal preference. So really think about what you like to use. Do you use 6 different brushes on your eyes, or are you like a 2-brush kind of girl, you know? I am a 10-brush kind of girl. So I really liked pretty much every brush. There wasn't any brushes I hated. I just know I won't get use out of this one, the JH10. I don't really bake my nose. The contour is too strong when I put it on. I have another brush I prefer over this one. So yeah, I out of any of them, I think this was my least favorite that she included. And I wish that she didn't put multiple pencil brushes in there. And detail brushes. I mean, there's certain brushes I really like for like cut creases, but again, that's more, I don't want to say advanced, but that's more if you're like really trying to experiment with trying cool different things and really precise application. Then for my cut creases, I prefer smaller brushes, little tiny detail work. But yeah, overall, I am not disappointed. I'm continued to use these for about a month, and then I will do an updated review for you guys, just so, because I mean, $165 is a lot to spend. So I want you guys to make sure that, you know, I'm not like, this is fabulous and it's gonna change your life. I think it's a great collection. I think well done on her part. I'm not upset. Are a lot of the brushes ones that were unique? No. But am I gonna reach for them? Yes. I hate cleaning my brushes. I love that now I have multiples. I can clean them while they're drying. I can still do my makeup. Traveling, everything is in different bags. Like, so I'm just someone who is going to reach for a ton of brushes. You guys can see this little brush thing behind me. I have multiples. I have a lot. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is a very high-end one, but it's, I think it was worth the price, is what I'm trying to say. I think you will not be unhappy. And that is it. I'm gonna stop rambling because this video is gonna be 100 years long. But yeah, overall, I am happy with the collection, and I do recommend the whole thing. But if you're gonna get one package, it would be the face and individual brushes. I kind of showed you my top 3, which were all kind of more face brushes. The blending ones, I just feel like a lot of them were similar to Morphe ones already, so they weren't anything necessarily like so special that I was like, you have to get this one. I think some of them might become my favorites, and then we'll talk about them all later. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was useful. If you have any questions about any of the brushes, comment down below. Comment down below anyway. Let me know if you guys are interested, if you guys got the collection, if you're like, no. I would love to hear it. So that is it. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and see you guys later.
So next, you do like a cute thumbnail, trying to hold up a brush crown because I really fucking wanted that crown, but it's not happening. It's not a crown. Are we dreaming? Are we dreaming?